Phaseolus seeds today. That's beans. These are acutifolius, which is a little bit more of a rare species, not your common bean, which is Phaseolus vulgaris. But I will go through how we clean them. So usually we harvest by pods. Sometimes we harvest whole plants, but some of these species are prone to shattering, so we like to harvest just the pods. And then once we finish a harvest, they get sent up to me here in seed cleaning, and then we run them through a few machines. So first off, we're going to run it through our belt thresher. It's pretty simple. It's just a belt/drum thresher, so it's kind of a hybrid of two separate thresher types. Most Vogel threshers will have two drums, and most belt threshers will have two belts. And this one has one drum and one belt. So basically how it works is you send seed pods through the top of the machine, and then seed pods get crushed open. And ideally, with tepary beans, which we're working on now, they don't crack the beans. On certain crops, they will crack the beans, so we have to use a different machine. For example, peas, we can't use this machine because they'll just crush open the peas and split them in half. Once we run them through a thresher, we transfer them into one of our seed blowers, which we have over here. I already have an accession of another tepary beans set up, and so the next portion is blowing out all the chaff and empty seed pods. So basically this is an air column blower. It works with a motor that blows air up through this column. So there's air being blown up through here, which is regulated by a valve here, which means that I can direct either more airflow or less airflow, depending on the needs. With a crop like beans, the seeds are very heavy and large, so we can blow a lot of air through, but with, say, seeds like lettuce seed or something like that, which is lighter than beans, then you don't have as much air being blown through. So after we finish blowing, we're left with a bunch of seed pods that are empty. Just dump those, and then we are left with a few unopened seed pods. And usually at this point, either we can run it back through our thresher if there's a lot of seed pods unopened, or in this case, when there's not so many seed pods left, we can just open them by hand, which doesn't take too long. And then once we open up the rest of them, then we can run it through the blower once more. Get rid of all these pods. And this strap right here is to prevent chaff from being blown out the sides, and to prevent the cup from being blown out. These pods in here now are going to be green pods with undeveloped seeds. So these are still like soft, so those aren't going to open as easily, and so we can just get rid of those. Once you're left with pure clean seed, you can dump them into a paper bag. We use paper bags to transport our seed down in between seed cleaning and the seed storage phase. So we dump them into a paper bag. All of our programs do things a little bit differently, but for our Phaseolus program, they give us 2 printed labels. We always make sure that they say the same information. We do that before we start cleaning the seeds and after, to make sure we catch any errors if they do come up. But we put one in the bag, and then we place one on the outside of the bag, and then we staple it shut, and that is my job done. And then I go down to seed storage after this to get seed weights, and then once they've done all the data collection they need to on the seeds, then they get put into long-term storage.